What's up, YouTube? Southern Comic Geek coming to you with a mail call video. And that's right, you're seeing a little bit different deal set up today. What's going on, Perry Comics? The man, the myth, the legend, the guy that's got 1 million subscribers already just by watching videos that everybody else already has. What is going on? Lurking and twerking as always. So tell me what you think. Like the different kind of setup. Warlord. How's it going? How's it going? Just doing a random mail call and haul today, and mainly really testing out this camera that I've got going on. Someone's trying really hard. Maybe I should try a little. There you go, Mr. Garrell. Hello there. Whatever you want to go by. Man, you were going solo on the Hunters last night, man. What's going on? All your peeps put you down. Can't depend on nobody these days. So yeah, it's just mainly trying out some new equipment, which amounts to my phone. Got this new app somebody turned me on to, and so I was trying, and I actually tried it out on Saturday. If you were on the Saturday morning cartoon crew, you saw that I was using a new camera to show my setup, and so I'm just trying it out on a live stream. It's still, I see that Monopoly. What's going on? Nash says, home listening to Stanley interviews, fix up the comment room. Hey, yeah, thanks, man. And a Jurassic custom collector. That's a new channel that I was turned on to, as well as Obi the Kid. Howdy, from Sleeping Collectibles. So let's show some good stuff. Hopefully everybody's doing good out there. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification so that when videos like this drop ever so randomly, you are one of the first people to know and can make the conscious decision as to whether or not to watch it now or later. But as long as you watch it, we appreciate you. Also, be sure to enter the 900 subscriber video giveaway. The link is in the description of this video below. And so that is going to be a Marvel Omnibus of Guardians of the Galaxy. So if you haven't already entered that, be sure to go ahead and enter that, as well as the Instagram subscriber giveaway, which is also linked in the video below, which is a Mike Mayhew G.I. Joe 275 signed by Mike Mayhew Baroness cover. And if you haven't seen that and entered that already on my Instagram, check out the link in the description below. Freaky Louie, man, you must have knew I was fixing to be talking about you, my friend. Going to show that awesome AOK that you sent me. Comics on the Mind. You know, if you're here, you know you got comics on the mind. Okay, the stuff's good. Well, I'm going to try to show some good stuff here today. So if you haven't noticed, since Freaky Louie is here, I put his video description or video link rather, in the description below. And he sent me an awesome AOK. Used the Jedi mind trick on me to get my address and yet not remember that he was sending me something. Hey, there. Sounds good, Nosh. Thanks. So he sent me an awesome AOK with these books right here. And my wife pointed this out to me last night. And Perry, check that out. So he drew this on the package. I didn't even notice it. Because it was like that when I picked it up. But anyways, yeah, so that was pretty cool. And sent me an awesome yeah, your freaky senses were tingling. So he sent me this awesome letter, which I appreciate. Don't know. I don't think there's any reason to not read it. Just wanted to thank you for Southern Hospitality, beautiful Wonder Woman book. So he was on the Talking Wonder Woman with Magic Lasso. And on those talking shows, what I do is I give away books surrounding that are linked to those items we're talking about. So Saturday, I'm talking Conan with the Varangian Vigilante. And so be sure to hit the subscribe button as well as the bell notification so you don't miss that, because I'll be giving away, you guessed it, some Conan books. So he was in the Wonder Woman show and won those. Gentleman and a scholar, besides always depending on the kindness of strangers, and I should know because I'm the strangest of them all. And so stay Southern. Appreciate that, Freaky Louie. So check him out. I think he's 2 away from hitting 200 subscribers. So get this man over 200. He deserves it. Appreciate that. So we got, first off, Dollhouse Family #1. So this is one of the series that I never picked up. My shop just doesn't do a good job of getting books like this, that they're not they don't get a lot of extras that are not already on the pull list or easy sellers. And then this is Champions Champion 17, which lenticulates to the Avengers Annual 14. So nice there. And then also got Superman and Wonder Woman #22. This is when Peter Tomasi was writing Superman, much better than the Bendis stuff that he's been putting out. And then this is issue 21 of that same run. And then 23. Hey, Varangian, you must have heard me talking about your and my chat about Conan this weekend. I haven't sent you the yet, but I do have some Conan books to be given away on that show. So hopefully I've got a couple more that are in the mail, but I don't know if they'll get here in time. So this is Adventures of Superman 501, and this is the die-cut cover of the introduction of Superboy, which was my favorite of the new Superman at that time. Age of Ultron #10. I think that's Hank Pym on that. And then Secret Wars #1. Simone Bianchi variant cover there. And also Uncle Scrooge from the Whitman days, checking out, making sure that all that money is there. And this is my favorite of the ones, is this Pinky and the Brain Hamlet homage. So back in the day, my wife nickname was Pinky. And so I was more of the brain of the operations, if I do say so myself. She would too. But anyway, so we were Pinky and the Brain. And the only difference is I'm taller than she is. So there was plenty of Pinky and the Brain jokes that came out around the time that we were just starting to date. So it was rather fun. Jay Bryant, what we got date night? The same thing we do every night, Pinky. Try to take over the world. And yeah. So wish you could stay longer. Yeah, awesome. Well, I appreciate you stopping by. APED 3, what's going on? And Awesome Possum, that's right. Superior Hero Reviews, what is going on with you, good sir? Yeah, so also got a couple of books from 616 Comics, who's always doing some kind of new variant cover. And I'm not so huge into the variant covers. I do, on occasion, pick up some that really just speak to me. Most of them are homages to a book that I collect, but really not into the big variant game like a lot of people are. Rather prefer the older stuff or an homage to something I like. But this was Exo Manowar #4. You knew I had to throw a little Valiant love in the mix there. This is the 1 in 25 incentive cover. And so I thought it was kind of cool how they did the Earth there in the O. Yeah. Pinky and the Brain. And then Exo Manowar #4. So this is the introduction of the new costume, and they did the throwback Exo Manowar logo. And this is kind of a loose homage to Exo Manowar #1. So I thought that was kind of cool. Picked that up from them. And that came in. Then we had from Comic Book Quest over on Instagram. I've bought from them before, and I've been dodging this King in Black stuff. I hear it's pretty good for most people, but I just got so much other stuff in the fire. Certainly you're not going to get in all the tie-ins, the books that I don't even read and that kind of thing. Is King in Black #2, but this is an homage to Web of Spider-Man 32, I believe. Somebody can correct me in the comments, but this is Tyler Kirkham cover, and first time that Tyler Kirkham has homaged Web Spider-Man. Craven's last hunt rather book he did in Return of Wolverine, which I got that one signed by him. Slide It Up 503. Just got into the mystery box game, and picked up one of his mystery boxes yesterday. And it's a good thing I did when I did, because they sold out. So reviewing that mystery box here pretty soon. And he asked for honest feedback. But you didn't have to ask for me, because if he's ever seen any of my mystery box videos, I can be kind of harsh at times. So hopefully get some good fire out of that. This was one I posted it over on my Instagram page. Is the Wolverine number 8, and this is a Art Adams homaging himself from the classic X-Men 1 cover. And this is an Age of Apocalypse. This is a 1 in 50, I believe. It might be a 1 in 100. I was lucky enough to get the 1 in 25. My shop gave it to me for cover price, but they don't order near enough Wolverine to get this. And so Comic Book Quest had it on the cheap for, so there we go. So Age of Apocalypse, best what if story ever. And him homaging himself was pretty good. Yeah. Well, Kenneth Bird, what's going on, sir? How are you? Just ordered the Venom 28 with the wrestling cover. Yeah, because we need more Venom in wrestling. Yeah, and if that's your thing, if you like wrestling covers, the only wrestling covers I'm interested in getting is the old wrestling ones that Valiant did back in the day when they were just doing wrestling and Game Boy, Nintendo covers. Steve Ditko did work for them, which was better known for his work on Spider-Man, but he did work for them in the Valiant on the covers. And also picked up Excalibur number 12. This was definitely a cover buy. I'm not a Teeny Howard fan. I know Varangian would back me up on that. And so, but I do love me some Rogue and Gambit, and so decided to pick that up. Got this from Discovery Bay Comics, and so JB's putting together his Star Wars run, as well as I, and I needed a couple more to complete the set. He looked through his deal and he had one. So what we did was he had a couple of books. He won one from me a while back and then had claimed some from me on. So I said, well, hey, let's just exchange books and we'll call it even. Exactly. Teeny Howard is where plots go to die. So, yeah. Yep. For whatever reason, Marvel's handing her the keys to the kingdom, it seems, or Jonathan Hickman is. So this was the one that he had that I needed, and that's Star Wars 22. So Star Wars 22, if you know anything about the old Star Wars books, they were not considered canon, nor were they even close at times. Even introducing books or characters rather like Jackson the Green Rabbit, which is that eventually George Lucas put the Ixnay on, got rid of. And so there you go. Also picked up TMNT number 5. So TMNT number 5, picked this up from Mike Rogers from Comic Book Steals and Deals, who, if you remember, I picked up my TMNT 1 third print raw from and ended up coming back in 9.6. But this is a number 5 second print. So I have the whole set of the Mirage run, but I don't have every one of the printings, which I've been loosely trying to get. Don't think I'll ever get a number 1 first or second print. But some of the other ones that are not quite as expensive like this, I was glad to add that to the PC. T-Pain, what is going on, man? How are you doing? Hopefully you're doing better from your surgery. Hopefully everything's going well with you. Also, I picked up Super Mario number 3. So Don't Forget About Me podcast. And now if you're a child of the 80s, that song, Don't You Forget About Me, is going off in your head. But I was like BIN Hunters now to do his stuff. Comics on the Mind. The only one in that run that I'm missing now is annual number 3. Annual number 3 has Darth Vader on it, but that's the only one I'm missing now. So I have the other 2 annuals and then all the deal. on that. But he had turned me on to a guy that was selling on Instagram because he knew I liked the Valiant Nintendo books, which I mentioned earlier. So this is Super Mario Brothers number 3. So these are really cool, especially if you can get them in a decent grade and a newsstand on top of that. Because, you know, by the time these started coming out, the newsstands were going the way of the dodo. And now you haven't had a raised in the 90s. Yeah. Let's see. Breakfast Club. Yeah, that's true. So these are kind of harder to get, and I'm a Valiant collector. I know that people like Stevie B hate Valiant. You know, not everybody can have good taste. He can't even figure out how to wear sleeves. It's all in jest. What's going on, Lady Fantastic? How are you? It's me, Mario, and the Princess Peach. Room. You know, Mario was smoking some mushroom to think that he grows up and he grows down and he shoots out fireballs. And there's Bowser and all of the deal. New Angle. That's right. Sleeping Collectibles actually turned me on to this app. So that is actually my phone. And I bought a little thing to hold up my phone and give a little lighting. So if you notice a little lighting in there, up in my game. What's going on, Flash by Night? I know Flashman's been putting out videos over on his channel. I think he hit 50 subscribers here just a little bit ago. Must resist. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you tuned in to us. So we got that. And so I asked him, I said, well, do you have any more? And so he'd come up with this one, The Adventures of Super Mario Brothers number 3. And it's Mario and Luigi. So it says also Captain N, the Game Master. I used to love that cartoon. And there's this guy over on Instagram that does Saturday morning cartoons. I think that might be what it's actually called. And he did one I'd forgotten totally about. But there was a Captain N and the Game Master where Milli Vanilli sung. And I think it was Bowser had stole them or kidnapped them. And it was hilarious because, you know, at that time, people still believed that Milli Vanilli was actually singing those songs. Come to find out, they were lip syncing. Girl, you know it's true. But anyway, it was funny. You had to be there. If you're not a kid of the 80s and remember the Milli Vanilli debacle, then that's not going to mean anything to you. That's why it was named Super, exactly. So it says, if only my life were as exciting as Dirk Drainhead's. And then he's obviously dodging those characters from the Super Mario 2. So never liked playing the girls. No offense, but I'm not a girl, so you know. But I never liked playing the girls except for in Super Mario 2 because Princess Peach had the longest jump. You know, she jumped and she could air so much longer than Mario and the rest of them. I always use Princess Peach in there. Bunch of shy guys. Schwab for Comics. What is going on? Yeah. Doing some Uber Eats, man. I hear that's a big thing. Of course, you know, down here in the South, you know, Uber Eats, what's that? Not that bad. Lady F, everyone says Garrel. Who? Yeah, that's right. Garrel. He doesn't care what you call him as long as you call him home for supper or call him home for some Star Wars books. No, I haven't had a lot of Star Wars books in a while. I take that back. I did have a whole bunch and I sold them as a lot to VK on Comics, who loves him some Star Wars. He's very non-discriminate when it comes to Star Wars. Peach and Luigi were my favorite in the game. Yeah, you know, Mario, he's overrated, you know. So we got those, and I got these from let's see, from what is the name of that place? Off the Trunk Comics on Instagram. So he was selling this as a lot of books. I'm not into not into Spider-Man because you got to draw the line somewhere. So there's a whole bunch of Spider-Man, which are typically easy to sell. So all of these books right here are not staying in the PC. These are books that are going to be auctioned off at some time or another, whether they're auctioned off on the Saturday Morning Cartoon Crew, which you can see Saturday, 1 p.m. Central Time. Go ahead and hit that bell notification so you don't miss it. There's a plug right there. Or they'll be auctioned off on another auction that I'm on. In either case, Jar Jar. Misa Jaja. Hey, there you go. Hey, yeah. So I'm looking forward to it. Hopefully, they will get here in time for our show Saturday, which is Saturday at 11 a.m. Central Time, our time. So if you're interested in checking out mine and Varangian's, probably more him because he is certainly more the Conan aficionado. I have some Conan books, especially on the Barry Windsor Smith side of things, but he's certainly more well-versed in Conan overall. And we'll be trying to learn something together. Sleeping Collectibles, what is going on? You see this new Epoch Cam that you set me up on? I'm trying it out. Simply Incredible Pine. What is going on with you? He believes the earth is flat. Just saying. Well, if you think about it, there's really no new thing under the sun. And so there's always an offshoot. It's funny because when you do like certain voices, when I was a kid, I never put two and two together, but knowing as an adult that the same person was doing them, a lot of the cartoon characters, like let's take, for instance, Lion-O, Thundercats. He's also one of the Silverhawks, and Count Chocula. He done Larry Kinney, I think is maybe his last name is, but he did a lot of the voices. Same thing with Peter Cullen and the Transformers folks did a lot of the different voices, and so they sound Misa Dajaja, or it's just me, your Uncle Grover. Well, the reason why Uncle Grover sounds so much like murder is because Frank Oz did both of them. So never watch. Mr. Garrow, get out of here. Don't tell me you never watched Thundercats or Voltron. Man, don't be like that. Don't be like that. It's amazing that Thundercats was so short-lived, but so long-lived because it's got its own cult following in that they still make figures for it. They've been canceled multiple times. And Alex Blue, what is going on? Let's see. Heard that the dude that voiced Captain Planet was successful outside animation. By your powers combined, I am Captain Planet. So yeah, gotta love 80s and 90s cartoons. So these are books that if you're interested in, hit me up on Instagram, and I will had to do some actual work. Thanks for the shout out. Some of us got to work for a living. So hit me up on Instagram if you're interested in any of these Spider-Man books, because like I said, they're not staying in the PC, and I just assume sell them before they get there. Yeah, those were the best seizure-inducing cartoons. And it was funny to find out after the fact why G.I. Joe and all those cartoons always had to have some kind of deal at the end. The one I always remember is don't hold your head back, to squeeze your nose if your nose starts to bleed, and put it forward so that your nose stop bleeding and doesn't rush back towards you. I learned that from G.I. Joe. And they say, oh, okay, I didn't know that, but now and knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. The reason that was because that was the compromise with the government, in that they said, okay, we'll let you market all your toys, which was where they were making the real money, right? Market toys, but you got to give some kind of like teaching moment. So all of those cartoons of that era had that, and that was really cool. Yeah, lady, I've already gave he got 3 of them. So those 3 I'm not going to show because I've already given them to him. Cyborg, what is going on? Voltron is old school. I know, right? I know. We got Amazing Spider-Man 528, the Spider-Ham variant edition. Got ASM 201, a little Punisher action there on the cover. That's got to be an early Punisher appearance. ASM 537, I think this is the one where Aunt May gets shot. And this is some kind of a variant because this is also 537. Civil War. Sith Lordley, what is going on, sir? How are you? Well, then we got ASM 538. 540. Hang on to the 201. Is that early? Is that another appearance I need to know about other than an early Punisher one? Then we got Sensational Man 24. This is 24. Now, these are going to be the coolest covers, at least in my opinion. These are the Clayton Crane covers. He did a run. I don't know that he did the inside art, but I know he did a lot of the outside. So there's Puma, Black Cat, and Iron Spider. Then we had 28, another Crane cover. Mr. Parker, why are you standing on the chalkboard like that? Don't claw the chalkboard. Then we had 9. Then back to Clayton Crane for 30. Molten Man. Then we've got 35. This is the second printing, but again, this is from the really cool Back in Black storyline crossovers with all the Spidey books. Then we had 37, another Clayton Crane cover. And then we got Marvel Tales 174. I used to have that one. That's the first appearance of Molten Man, I believe. Then we also had ASM 363, which is the first full appearance of Carnage. So that was very promising. Oh, look, and another first or third full appearance of Carnage there. Amazing Ramita cover. Oh, okay, yeah. Then we got 362, the second full appearance of Carnage. Unlimited #1, first full appearance of Shriek. This book was kind of hot for a while, but I think it'll get hot back again if she appears in the new Venom movie. So then we got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #12. Peter David was writing that. We got Spider-Man 25 from the McFarlane days. He was already off by this issue, but he was in full scale in this one. The Torment Saga, still one of my favorite Spidey stories. Spider-Man and the Fantastic Four, #1. #2 of that series. And #4 of that series. Then we're back to Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #11. Mystery Meat, also known as Spam or hot dogs. Then we've got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #10, which is an homage to ASM. Somebody help me out. Is it 120? No, 129's first Punisher. It's the one where Green Goblin dies. And, he puts in here. Yeah, sorry about that. It puts in here about the after Romita, but 122. Thank you, Schwant for Comics. I'm going to need your skills in a minute because there's another homage in here. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 13. Again, Peter David on this, writing this. 18, that's from the Back in Black tie-in in that. 19. 21. Yeah, this Wi-Fi keeps kicking out. I don't know. It's AT&T. This is the reason why AT&T did not need to buy DC because they can't even get their internet right, let alone comic books. So this is 22. Then we got Spider-Man Reign, second print variant. Carrie Andrews writing on this. Another Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. 16. Water. Or if you're watching Sesame Street, Aqua. Aqua. That's where I first learned how to speak Spanish. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 24. One More Day. Sensational Spider-Man #1 annual. Thanks to the 21 of you that are hanging out. Nice quarterly dividend from AT&T. Oh, hey, Ladron Customs, what is going on, man? I appreciate you stopping by. I think was introduced to you with Sleeping Collectibles show the other night. And Sleeping Collectibles, if you're still in the chat, congratulations for hitting 1,000 subs so quickly, man. And I hate that I'm going to have to miss your live show tonight, but I give it a shout out here. But he's going to talk about how he got his channel up so high so fast. If you're interested in doing that, certainly he's done it, so he can give you some tips. And he's the one that turned me on to this Epoch Camera app. Also, but I'll catch you on the rewind. Then we've got Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man 15 and another 16. Hey, man, give shout-outs where shout-outs is due, man. Then this is number 9, so Schwant for Comics. What is this an homage to? So this is it 39? Well, I used to have it. I sold it to Barbarian Kung Fu, but it's the one where they find out each other's secret identity. Sweet. And it's a pretty good copy of that. Yeah, there's another channel that I was turned on to on Sleeping Collectibles chat the other night. Yeah, rather new channel. And so all the channels that you see that are in the chat right here, unfortunately, YouTube doesn't make it as easy as what it used to be. But check them out and give them a sub if you're into that. Some of them are strictly comic book related. Some are more action figures and that kind of stuff. But all interrelated. So then we Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #8. It's funny. I was thinking more like stand-up comedian. Yeah, so a spider walks into a bar and yeah. It has a sound. Well, according to Sith Lordly, it has a sound that's called cha-ching, cha-ching. Yeah. What is the deal with that? I don't know. Kramer, what are you doing? Yeah. Classic. So Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #5. Betty and Spidey checking out something on the internet late at night. What is going on there? Then we got #6. Spidey and WWE. SmackDown. Then we got #7. And then we got variant edition of #4. This is, of course, the original costume where he just put on the mask. And it looks like it connects with that Spider-Ham one that I showed earlier. Yeah, Flash by Night. Obviously, he's got his tags down right or something, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man #17. Back in black and white. The Deadly Foes of Spider-Man. Now, this is probably the one in that lot that looked like it had seen some love and more like handling. Lethal Foes #2. And Web of Spider-Man #9. So, yeah, this one's a little rougher for the wear. But, yeah, all those Spideys, if you're interested in them, let me know over Instagram, and we can work out some kind of deal for you there, because I'm not going to be keeping those. Trying to figure out where to put all this stuff, especially, and you can't see it on my desk, so I'm going to show it to you, especially when you get all these cool figures like the Joker, Batman, Oh, is that a gun in my pocket, or am I just happy to see you? And then, of course, you got Real Batman from the White Knight. So that's pretty cool. And then who doesn't like Comic Mag Musings? What's going on? He just hit 400 sub marks, and congratulate him. Batman from the Dark Knights, Grim Reaper Batman, really cool with the cape and really dope. So just picked up that. And also got my NECA Turtles. I'm missing Donatello, but it's on the way. Somehow I can get Donatello cheaper coming from England, despite shipping, than what I can in the States. So I don't know if it's like one of those deals under the table, I don't know what it's doing, But anyway, kind of like when I go to New York City. We went to New York City, and you ask people about purses, and my wife's like, "Hey, I want to get a Louis Vuitton or something. It's a cheap knockoff," and they go, "You'll come. Follow me." And so they take you over there, and you can get the stuff that's under the counter. They have the stuff above counter. They go, "You got anything else? You a cop? No? Okay." And they pull out the other stuff. So I don't know if it's a deal like that. It's like a knockoff, cheap imitation. But as long as it's in a NECA box when it gets to me, I really don't care. You're getting good reviews from me at Amazon, if that's the case. The kids hear these impressions all the time. So when I went to see Guy Gilchrist, my youngest son, who will be 3 this year, wanted to do the puppet, because if you remember my room tour, I have puppets here. The voices are the voices that are inside my head that come out here. So son was wanting to do the puppet, and Mr. Gilchrist was like, "What? Oh, he's wanting to do the puppet. He was wanting to do the voices." So my son gets the puppets off of the stand, which you really shouldn't be letting him do, but I don't want to hinder his creativity at a young age. But I shouldn't let him do it because those things are expensive. And Sleepy Reader 666, what is going on? Yeah, I know a guy. That's right. When we went to Thailand, I think I've told before, and if you've heard it, pretend you haven't. If you have, pretend you haven't. But so with in Thailand, similar to that, well, they'll take you on these little deals to these back alleys, and literally we went to a mirror, and he watched, and we pushed it around, and we went up these stairs to where, they weren't telling nobody nothing. And I found out after the fact that a lot of times when you ask for stuff like this, they'll take you to like little kids. And so I'm really happy that all I saw were purses and fake pens and no kids. That would have been way too awkward. And to get thrown in the gulag over there in Thailand would not have been my idea of fun. So the NECA Turtle, Michelangelo, cowabunga, dude. And then of course we got the grumpy one, Raphael. And we've got the leader, Leonardo. Got his katanas on the back here, there. And Donatello is on its way. And then when I get my case to put, it's going to go in there with my TMNT #1 behind it. I'm going to try to recreate the scene. Some of you people and it's called something, which name is leaving me right now. If you know what I'm talking about, put it in the chat below. But these people that do these recreation scenes with their toys that look so cool, I'm so jelly. But I'm not dedicated enough to make those scenes myself. But that's kind of what the gist that I'm getting. I'm going to try to recreate the TMNT 1 scene there. I was wondering why I had that scar back there. You think I'm missing a kidney? That would have been definitely bad. So the title would suggest you want somebody to join. Well, I haven't put the thing out there, but let's see here. I can do that though. Comics for cheap. What's going on? What is going on with you? So I just dropped a yard, and so if you want to join and I recognize you and there's no out there, then certainly feel free to drop in the stream. We're already at 40 people. We still got 23 people watching. I do appreciate that. But before you, if you got to go to work, we fully understand that. Smash that like button and hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to the 900 subscriber mark so we can give away that G.I. Joe Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel's Omnibus. So go to the 900 subscriber video for convenience. I left a link in the description below. So you can go there and simply like that video, subscribe to the channel, and also leave a comment saying I want in, and that'll get you in. What's going on, Big Will? How are you?
I am doing good. I have just discovered stamps.com.
And saving money on stamps with stamps.com.
Yeah. Who'd have thunk it? You can buy postage all from your computer.
I know, right?
I'm probably like 15 years too late for that, though.
I saw a clip from Alf where Willie was ordering stuff online, and Alf goes, "Why wouldn't you just go out, Willie? Huh?" You know, he was wondering about that. Of course, now that's all the deal. Oh, we've got comics for cheap up in the house.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing great. It's kind of weird with this camera angle and setup that I'm looking at myself versus looking at you, because then I'm doing like this.
Yeah.
So it's a little...
I'm just chilling, man. I'm bagging and boarding. It's really my goal for the day. So I've got some books that I'm bagging and boarding over here.
So are you
this amazing Pope John Paul II comic book that you don't see every day. I was so excited to find that one. So
are you boarding and bagging for stuff that you're selling, or are you boarding and bagging for your PC?
I am bagging and boarding and bagging for stuff that I'm selling on Thursday and Friday. I'll be doing a lot of posts on Instagram. So I've already got the whole auction set up with Justin on Wednesday. And then I'm just bagging and boarding. We picked up over the last week, I've picked up 4 long boxes of stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to bag and board.
So now you're the same Comics for Cheap that's on Instagram, does a lot of sales, right?
Yeah, because if I wasn't, I'd have to kill that guy.
I know, right?
Copying my name and stuff. But yeah, no, that's me.
Yeah. You know what would have been cool though? Like if you could have got, of course he's deceased now, but got him to sign it. I mean, I'm sure somebody thought about that at some point, right?
Oh, John Paul.
Got to get past the Pope Mobile.
Would he have signed it? Gosh, he would have. Yeah, he'd throw it at the Pope Mobile to try to get it in there. Sign my book. He's like, is it a Bible? No, it's a comic book.
Well, if you doused it with holy water, would that be considered water damage, or would that give you like a great nut?
That's a good question.
Inquiring minds want to know.
That's actually what I use to press it. I fill my steam wand with holy water. It's the only way you can press that book out.
Oh man!
Awesome.
So, John Joker, what is going on? Appreciate you dropping in the chat. I tried to sub up to you the other night when you were on Sleeping Collectibles thing, and it kept pulling up everybody else's channel but yours. But yeah, I appreciate that. Well, Big Will, I know you got an auction fixing to be going on too?
Well, there should be one for the symbiotes and all on tonight. And if they do it, I am organized a little bit now, so I will be joining them, I hope.
Is that going to be on YouTube or on Instagram?
YouTube.
YouTube? Sweet. On your YouTube or where?
I don't know. Probably Peter Parker Comics, but I'm not sure.
You got to let the people know, man. We gotta know.
Well, I don't even know if it's going to happen yet.
Well, yeah. So it'll probably be on Peter Parker's channel, and knowing Parker, it's going to be late. So look at the time as a suggestion, not as actuality. But I know you got a 500 subscriber giveaway coming up too, don't you, Big Will?
Yeah, I've been sitting at like 488, 489 for over 2 months. So I'm like, okay, we need to do something about this. So I got me that is nice.
Scroll on stuff.
So yeah, I got me a little push going, get to 500, and all that stuff. I'm giving away an Akira 1.
What? Get Big Will to 500. That's a big giveaway. 1, and then what's the final issue? That one's like, you never find that one.
I think it's like
24 or 25. Oh, 40? Oh, that sounds.
I'm not sure. Closer. But I do know it is the most expensive one and the hardest to find. Most last issues are hard to find, but the Akira seems to be something special.
I found I've only found it one time, and he wanted 300 for it raw, and I was like, nah. And looking back on it now, I'm like, oh, I should have pulled the trigger on because I've never seen it again. But yeah,
I almost had a first Kang for $50, and then I passed. I was like, it'll be around later.
Oof, passed on a first Kang.
Yeah, and then all you has to do is announce something, and next thing you know, it blows up.
Yeah, of course.
But the problem that made it so bad was I had it in my hands. I knew that they were doing time travel in the movies, and I had $50, and I still put it back.
I mean, with single-digit Avengers, you can never go wrong. That was my reasoning behind getting first Wonder Man recently, Avengers 9, and I was like, even if like the stuff with WandaVision doesn't work out or anything, like still an Avengers 9, like, and it was $69. I was like, that's the perfect price for me. So I was like, it all works out.
I've already learned the lesson. I have not made that mistake again. The only mistake I make now is maybe selling too soon, but you can't see the future. So there's no way to prevent that. Sometimes you do, sometimes you don't.
Yeah, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose, holding on to it. And my thinking is, like with some of those ASM books, I'm going to sell them on the cheap. Could I hold on to them longer and maybe make another $1 or $2? Maybe. But if I'm flipping it quick and making a couple bucks, I can use that money to move on to something else. And,
exactly. You really can't have too much seller's regret in this game.
Yeah.
Plus, it depends on how you do it. Like if I bought a Batman Beyond 1, got it graded less than $100 all fees included, less than $100 for it. 9.8, sold it for $500.
Oh wow!
It's going for like over $1,000 now. I wish I could sell it now, but I've already made my profit, so I'm not that worried about it. But if I had spent like $500 on it and sold it for $500, now that's a regret. Yeah.
I mean, you made your profit. You probably put that money to some other books that now you have, or you made even more money off those books. So you can't really look back too much as far as selling. I made the mistake of selling my Knoll copies like a week before like the big pop of Knoll, but I still I bought them for $20 a pop and I sold them for like $300 a pop. So it was like oh, I could have made $1,000 a pop, and it's like, but then I used that money and I bought a first Kraven for cheap. And so nice. I'm happy with that, and that tripled in value since I got it, and I'm still hanging on to that
one.
I mean, there is a such thing as opportunity cost, right? Because if you got your money tied up in those books and you can't go out there and just freely get some other books.
It's like my philosophy is you need to make your money when you buy. You just actually get extra when you sell. Like, for example, if you buy a book like that, for example, you need to be able to sell it tomorrow and break even or make some money.
Mm-hmm.
So that way, if it gains value, you've been good the whole time. You just waited and got a little extra.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. And said that get the Pope to sign Silver for 3. You might get tackled at the Pope for that one. You might get tackled for that.
Maybe Benedict.
Excuse me, Pope John Paul. Could you sign my first Mephisto, please?
What's it short for?
Mephistopheles? Oh.
Yeah.
What would be bad if you touched it and it caught on fire or something, you know? It's like,
that's a good grade, by the way.
You hold it and your head just starts spinning.
Yeah, that'd be really freaky.
Too funny.
Well, yeah, so we're about at an hour. I do appreciate you guys hopping in here. We've got about 17 folks. Anything that y'all want to shout out that y'all going to be doing or people ought to be looking out on YouTube channels and or Instagram pages?
Well, I mean, like I already said, I got that push contest going. I got to set it up in the YouTube, but tomorrow I'll be doing a talk on Bronze Age as my What's the Title series. And then later on this month, we'll be talking about God of all things, and that'll be a debate. I just got to find me another anti-God person. They're actually hard to find. That's pretty much it for me as far as Instagram. You know, I'm there.
And what about you?
I will be, like I said, I'm doing an Instagram auction with Justin at Comic Talks on Wednesday, and then I'll have claim sales right after that, and then Thursday, Friday. And I will be on John's channel, apparently, on Monday for the little Comic Gory fun game. Oh, okay. So Justin and I have been named as one of the bromances in the community, so we'll be one of the Valentine's Day bromance teams for John. So that should be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to that.
So you said Comic Talks. Does he have two different Instagram pages?
Nope. It should just be Comic Talks, and he's on YouTube as well. I'm here on YouTube as well. I think I'm about to hit 400 subscribers, so that's exciting. And
you just started your YouTube not too long ago, right?
A month ago, yeah. So it is growing, and I appreciate all the support everyone is showing. And when I get to 1,000, I'll do a huge Venom and Carnage auction on YouTube as a thank you with lots of cool giveaways. So that'll be what's going on.
Awesome. As Freaky Louie says, awesome possum. Well, I do appreciate everybody for hanging out with us today. And while I was showing off some books and, trying out this new equipment. So hopefully everybody's going to smash that like button and subscribe to myself and the folks here on the screen with you and the folks in the chat. And be sure to go to the 900 subscriber video, which is linked in the description below so that you can enter to win that Guardians of the Galaxy Omnibus. And go to my Instagram page and see the post regarding G.I. Joe 275, which is the Mike Mayhew Baroness cover that's signed that you can enter to win over on there. So other than that, I guess we'll get out of here. So until next time, keep reading, keep collecting, folks. Adios.